Excuse me, Makoto. Please.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Danganronpa V3 Killing Harmony. Last time we went ahead to go and we went ahead and do some more training that actually eventually folded into Tenko talking to us to ask us for a favor. And so basically we tried to convince Angie to not do the ritual, but that that didn't happen. And so we went ahead in the morning to stop Angie from performing the ritual. And so we went to go back to her lab where Kokichi lockpicked opened it. And now Angie Yonaga has been killed. Ding dong, ding dong. New World Order is playing too. A body has been discovered. Everyone, please assemble at the Ultimate Art Lab. She puked again! And this screen this time, you know what I'm saying? Monophone's green puke is said to be the omen of the bad luck and disaster, you know what I'm saying? What on earth is about to happen? Why did I play for only that a little bit? Angie Onaga, you are dead. Serves you right. The bitch had it coming, but it's death. Let us pray for Angie. So that Atua may guide her soul to the gates of heaven. Atua, please take care of Angie. Oh, and why did it end up like this? Because one of us is a murderer. One of us became a murderer by killing Angie. And depending on who it was, they were done with Angie's shit. So yeah, Angie's dead. Angie's dead. We do not, and we won't figure out the motive till the class drop. But obviously, you know, a hunch would be that they did not want the ritual to happen, and so they proceeded to end it by killing Angie. That's what it's looking like. By the sculptures, it doesn't, like, they're all tied up and whatnot, hung down. Kaede is stabbed with a katana, but yeah, it's just, this doesn't seem much. Didn't Angie have a tour with her?
You don't know?
Clearly she didn't. That's not true. Angie Sayatoa always by our side. I think she's a god scam artist or religion scam artist, Kansa. We don't have time to be talking about this. Instead of talking about Atua. Yeah, we gotta talk about which one of us is the culprit and win this killing game. Wait, this is part of the killing game? No shit, someone's trying to get us all murdered again.
That's right.
What else could it be? The fact that Angie's dead can only mean one thing. One of us killed her.
No way!
What? Why would someone do such awful thing? They were done with her shit, bro. I'm sorry, Gonza. As much as a touch, someone did not give a shit about Angie. Is that really what happened? Huh?
Could it be?
It's possible the culprit who killed Angie wasn't one of us, but... Are you seriously recommending the idea that these three did it? Ooh, almost soaked entrance. How novel, and the puke is green again, too. That's a pretty ominous sign, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, why did another murder happen? What's the deal, Mom? I thought you were gonna make everyone get along. Don't worry, overcoming this will bring everyone closer together. That has been the case so far, yes. Their bond gets stronger with each class trial, does it not? Murders are necessary to bring everyone closer together. But how? So let's get started. Conduct a friendly investigation, then we will have a friendly class trial. We must distribute these first. Ooh, look, the Monica Mufala. I wanted to be the one to pass it out. Didn't you want to do it too, Monophony? By the way, I've been thinking, you guys should knock off all this killing and dying. Dying is like so lame. Living is all the rage these days, you know what I'm saying? Ah, more green puke. This is really unlucky, you know what I'm saying? You know how it be, J-Rock, in the studio.
So then,
As there is no use of complaining, we are better off beginning our investigation. So everyone, we all know what we need to do, yes? Yep. By the third murder, we should all be pretty used to dead bodies. No, Gonta. No way Gonta ever get used to this. Trust me, you don't want to be used to this. No one should get used to this. That's nice and all, but it seems pretty insincere coming from an assassin. You know, if there's one person I do feel bad for that honestly seems like he would now get used to it, it'd be Makoto. Thanks to those killing games, it just seems like, yeah. Seems like nowadays it probably doesn't seem as much to him anymore. I mean, he definitely cares about everyone, but you know, that's unless it's of course Junko and whatnot. But yeah, it just seems sad. And probably the mastermind of this game, if he were to, you know, if he fucking, depending on what we know, if he fucking knows this is going on and whatnot, he probably says fuck the mastermind. But it seems pretty insincere coming from an assassin.
unfortunately,
Let's start investigating. It's not like we have any other choice.
you're right.
That's true. But still, it's strange. This is a bizarre setup. 4 wax figures, effigies of the dead, hung upside down in the room. And in the middle, Angie's body in a pool of blood. It certainly appears to be some kind of ritual. Alright, bro, I'm counting on you as my sidekick. Let's end this nightmare together. Yeah, but are you feeling okay, Kaito? We seriously don't have time to be talking about this. No way we're gonna die here. I'm definitely gonna find a culprit. The culprit? Is it really someone among us that killed Angie? I get how you feel, Samugi, but you have to repeat that tired old line every time. Oh, that's not it. I mean, could this have been the work of the transfer student? Huh? Angie prepared the ritual in this room to resurrect the dead, right? She made those wax dolls hanging upside down as part of the ritual. Maybe the ritual succeeded and the resurrected person killed her?
Hey,
What? Shut up already. It's her fault. Telling scary stories like that out of nowhere. Satan's messed up stuff like that. Kaito, are you alright? Sure, sorry, Shuichi. I need to get some fresh air. I'll leave this to you and Maki. Do a good job, you guys. Kaito left, still a bit wobbly. Do a good job. That coward has a lot of nerve bossing us around. Maybe that wasn't the best way to phrase it, but he just wants to encourage.
please.
You're clearly settled right into your sidekick role.
It's okay.
I don't need to give him orders. With so few people left, I can't afford to sit out anymore.
Well,
So where should we start? We should check the Monokuma file first, right?
You're right.
Yes, let's take a look. The victim is Angie Yonaga. She's 5'1". I am 5 inches taller than her. The body was found in the Ultimate Artist's lab. The time of death is approximately 2 in the morning, so yeah. Time does not matter here this time. The cause of death is a stab wound to the back of the neck. The forehead also has a laceration. So yeah, she was hit on the head. But she was killed in the neck. Monokuma File 3 has been added to the Truth Bullets section of your monopad. The Monokuma file included the time of death this time. 2 a.m. Everyone must have been asleep. We probably can't rely on witness testimonies. So the murder happened at nighttime after all. Alright, yeah, it's quite interesting. You learn some like a few new things, how characters just spout and stuff. But supposedly, testimonies around nighttime, or I guess in a situation like this, aren't the greatest things to back on. You'll have to find windows and connections to pieces of evidence compared to the daylight when someone's killed. Or in chapter 2's case, when like everyone is like involved in some sort, like the insect meet and greet, or where they are as it matters and whatnot, that's where testimonies kind of matter in that form.
If everyone had followed the student council's rules like Angie and Atua said.
What good will saying that do? The culprit may be one of the student council, yes. Totally not council.
Why?
A member of the student council? That's possible. We should go and figure that out. Let's start investigating and solve this murder mystery together. You know, depending on how we feel about it, if Korekio is taking that into account, the person who betrayed the student council would seem at large there. But I mean, that's just a full-on guess.
I can't.
Himiko?
I can't do it. I can't investigate Angie's body. But if we don't make it to the class trial, then everyone will die.
Whatever.
I don't care anymore. What?
What a pain.
Surviving and everything else is too much of a pain.
What was that?
Then why don't you just use your magic to revive Angie?
Please stop!
This is no time for your mean-spirited taunts. Reviving her is clearly impossible.
Is that so?
We cannot say that with certainty, no.
Huh?
Excuse me?
No.
Well, of course, resurrecting her is impossible. But I know a way we can speak with Angie.
You see,
We can summon her spirit with a seance called the Caged Child. Seance?
What are you trying to pull?
Seance? What are you talking about? Cut it out already.
You gotta be kidding me!
Yeah, there's no time for jokes.
I am serious.
Oh, I'm serious. This is for our investigation.
Huh?
For our investigation?
Yes.
If we speak with Angie, we can ask her who the culprit is and bring this case to a swift close.
Well,
Well, first a resurrection ritual, now a seance. Are you messing with us?
do you understand?
Yeah, I would appreciate it if you didn't compare it to Monokuma's foolishness. Seances are genuine occurrences. They are written of in literature the world over. Totally not over the world. In fact, I myself have participated in seances a great many times. Many times? On top of that, we have here a rare chance to perform the legendary seance, the Caged Child. It would be foolish to not take advantage of this, yes?
No.
Ah, how beautiful humanity is!
However,
Oh, I suspect the only way to confirm your earlier theory is by performing the seance, yes?
My earlier theory?
therefore,
The possibility of the culprit being the resurrected transfer student? It is not wise to go into the class trial with such outlandish theories in one's head. So to prove such a thing impossible, I think it best we consult Angie herself.
incomprehensible.
That logic is peculiar, to say the least. Shut the fuck up, robot. Holding a seance to find out about the ritual. So we're gonna fight the occult with the occult.
Okay,
Well, we can't worry about this forever, so we might as well go with the easiest solution.
how exciting.
Okay, I'll help out. I was getting bored of investigating anyway. There is nothing fun in fucking doing this shit.
Huh?
Huh?
Hmm.
I'll help too. Ah, you too, Himiko? If I can talk to Angie one more time, I'll do anything. A seance or whatever it takes, I'll do it.
Well,
I'll help out as well. I can't leave Himiko alone.
whatever you want. Yes!
Okay, I will.
So then,
So now we have 4 participants. Kokichi, Himiko, Tenko, and myself. However, the Caged Child requires 5 people. We're still 1 short. Fine. Then Keyboy can come too.
You're right.
I guess we can't be picky.
Why am I being forced to participate and being treated like a burden? Because you side with the student council, Kibo. Fuck you.
well then,
So then, we need a place to perform the seance. Where shall we do it? How about your lab?
no.
No, in order for the Caged Child to proceed, the room must be as dark as possible. My lab has windows, so turning the lights off will make it quite dark enough.
Then,
How about the empty rooms?
That's
Empty rooms? The ones on the 4th floor?
There aren't many windows there, so if we blow out the candles, it should be pitch dark.
yeah.
Sure, I'm fine with that.
listen up!
I'll agree with Himiko.
Tell me your thoughts.
However, there are 3 empty rooms. Which one shall we use?
Then,
The middle one. The middle room's always the best for stuff like this.
I see, yes.
Very well. I shall begin the preparations at once. I shall have you four help as well. Let us carry all the necessary equipment from my lab. Are you really going to do this?
Do you understand?
This is for our investigation. I said as much, did I not? We'll need to use all of our effort to discover the culprit, lest our lives be lost. Oh, how beautiful humanity is! I am slowly going to convert to Kordikiism. Kyoko Kichi, Kibo Tenko, and Himiko all left the scene.
This is stupid.
Are they all serious about this stupid seance?
But
Perhaps that's just part of the investigation in their eyes. We should go with it. In any case, I should focus on what I can do. What the ultimate detective can do. I have a dream! Alright, so it's time to take a look at the body. Angie's body. She's lying face down in the middle of the room.
What's wrong?
Are you going to take a closer look? Yes, I was planning
Got
to.
a minute?
Then let's hurry up and do it. We can't afford to waste any time here. Maki didn't hesitate. She stepped past me and walked over to the body. She has no problem with dead bodies. She's the ultimate assassin. But while that may be the case with Maki, can Maki solve a crime faster than Shuichi? We'll find out. So obviously, what button is it? Okay, it is observation mode. So it is time to investigate the more important stuff. So yeah, it's time to investigate all the stuff. There's blood dripping from Angie's head. According to the Monokuma file, she sustained a stab wound to the back of the neck, as well as a laceration on her
I
forehead.
knew it.
The killing blow was a single stab in the back of the neck, a sneak attack most likely.
well,
Then what do you make of this wound on her forehead? Maybe the culprit hit her in the head before stabbing her from behind.
but
But her two wounds are substantially different. Did the culprit change weapons mid-attack?
Oh yeah.
I suppose that would be unnecessary.
remember,
Also, the wound on her forehead looks deep, but it's not bleeding much. What is going on with these two wounds? Forehead injury has been added to the proof bullets.
Huh?
huh?
What's wrong,
Got
Maki?
a minute?
Move. Maki pushed me aside, then lifted Angie's body up by the shoulder.
This.
What's this doing crumpled underneath her body?
What is it?
This is duct tape, right? What's duct tape doing here? I don't know, but it must be related to the case. Look, there. Their hair stuck to the tape. Long hairs. Angie's, right? Bloody duct tape with Angie's hair on it. What could that mean? Bloody duct tape. That does serve a good purpose. I'm surprised you spotted this, Monkey. It was hidden under her body.
So what?
It was partially visible. As a detective, you should have noticed it before I did. Ah, well, that's true. Even so, I guess you're still getting used to being around dead bodies. So don't beat yourself over it. Well then, it's a good thing you're used to corpses, Maki.
You wanna die?
sorry.
Joking. I couldn't resist.
Got a minute?
You don't need to apologize. I was joking too. That didn't sound like a joke though. Yeah, I don't know where you get at, Maki. Next up is the Necronomicon. Now this is where things get spicy. What is the Necronomicon doing here? Ah, this book! The instructions for the resurrection ritual written in the Necronomicon. Performing the ritual as written, you can resurrect one deceased victim.
I knew it.
This was the motive, the Necronomicon. Angie tried to perform the ritual when written in this book, right?
Okay.
Yes. If we look at this book, we should learn the steps of the ritual she was trying to perform. Let's take a look. The Necronomicon Resurrection Ritual. You see that in the top, the top middle center of this particular book? If it's what I think it is, this book is supposed to be burned. So why is it still here? Prepare an effigy of the dead soul you wish to contact. Everyone may participate. The size and shape of the effigy is irrelevant. Make it out of whatever materials you wish. Now particularly, if I were to say something, this is one of the few cases where I was able to actually figure out who the killer was before the class trial started. It just all seemed too easy to me. It's just taking everything taking everything together is just difficult it's just difficult when like when like you're asked certain questions, so you have to understand what they're asking and then you can answer it. That's what makes it kind of difficult. The size and shape of the effigy is irrelevant. Make it out of whatever materials you wish. If it's not obvious who the effigy is supposed to be, label it with the name of the deceased. After preparing the effigy, burn this Necronomicon to ashes. Use caution. Be mindful of carbon monoxide poison. Sprinkle the ashes on the effigy and repeat the name of the deceased 3 times. Then close your eyes and wait. After a while, you should feel a light tap on your back. If so, that means the ritual was a success. The ashes are only good for one use. The ritual can only be performed once, so use it wisely. So these are the steps for the resurrection ritual.
This is stupid.
Angie really believed in this crap? It's pretty obvious that he wouldn't be able to resurrect anyone with this. Under normal circumstances, I'm sure that's true. But in this place, I don't think we can rule anything out. Necronomicon. Well, we can't fully say rule it out, but we can rule out the suspicion that someone was resurrected and killed Angie. So I think it's safe to say one of us killed Angie. Now we have the hanging wax doll of Kaede, which is kind of the only one that matters out of these 4. The 4 effigies hung upside down makes the scene particularly eerie. Ropes are dangling from the exposed beams on the ceiling.
If I remember correctly,
Angie made all these wax figures.
Hey,
Is this rope from the warehouse?
you're right.
I believe so. That means they won't be much of a clue. Anyone could have gone and gotten these ropes. Maybe the student council should have blocked the warehouse instead of the manhole. The warehouse does contain plenty of items that can be used for murder. I think they were more obsessed with the fact that the manhole is an idea of an escape, and Angie and the student council didn't want anyone to escape. They wanted people to live here instead.
that's true.
The effigies look exactly like real people, not just their faces, but their bodies too. The ultimate artist certainly was talented.
By the way,
Why is this effigy hanging upside down? Is this part of the ritual? I'm not sure.
what is it?
If it's not, then why is it like this? Who would go out their way to hang a wax effigy? Right, if they're going to do this much work, there must be some reason behind for it. What could it be? Who would do this? The culprit, Angie, or someone else entirely? Effigies hung upside down. Now we gotta check this back door. This door is the last back door.
Is this?
This door has a sliding lock and it's still locked.
That's true.
And because no one has used this door since we came here, I believe Angie locked this door when she came in, and it's been locked ever since. Oh wait, what's this? Look, there's something gold and shiny on the tab of the sliding lock. Gold and shiny. Could it be the sword that's clearly stabbed into Kaede's breast?
Is that alright?
Maki, may I see for a minute? I want to try moving the sliding lock.
So what?
You wanted to unlock it? Go ahead, do what you want. I carefully touched the knob of the lock, avoiding the gold parts, and softly slid the lock open.
Okay.
Just as I expected, this lock will slide without much effort. Whether you unlock it or lock it, this could be an important clue.
Well,
I'm curious about this weird doors too, but something else that bothers me. That face of yours. How are you able to keep that face? The lock on the front door that we used to enter this room. Shouldn't we investigate the front door too? I'm going to take a closer look at it. Maki walked over to the front door. But we gotta check out the katana. A katana stabbed into Kaede's wax effigy. Who did this and
wait a
why?
minute.
Let me see. Maki nudged me aside, then gripped the katana and pulled it out of the effigy.
Ah,
Ah, wait! This is a crime scene! You can't.
What is it?
You wanted to check the katana, right? Well, you can't do that if you don't pull it out.
Because.
Yes, true, but we have to preserve the scene. Maki paid no mind to my protest and stared at the katana for a while.
Is this?
It's a real katana, but there's a gold leaf on it.
Okay.
Yeah, I believe it's the one that was on the display in the Ultimate Anthropologist's lab.
Hmm.
Is that so?
Okay.
We can probably assume this is the murder weapon, judging from the bloodstains on the tip. The edge is too rusty to cut well, but it would be enough to stab.
But.
But why would they go through the effort of using this as a murder weapon?
That's true.
Good question. They could have gone to my lab and grabbed a more suitable
Could
weapon.
it be.
Perhaps it's because Kyo's lab is on the same floor. They just grabbed something close by? They may have been in a hurry.
Well,
Or maybe they need a long weapon like this.
Huh?
A long weapon? Maki's deduction on this is actually right.
okay.
My lab doesn't contain swords or any other weapons of this length.
Huh?
Ah, really?
That's true.
I'm not sure how Monokuma found out, but he must know I don't use swords for work. When I first started working, I botched a mission using the katana. I haven't used a sword since, which is fine because they're a hassle to carry anyway. I suppose everyone's labs are suited to them personally, just like Angie's was. But how did they know all this? Anyway, the gold leaf on this katana flakes off easily. It's all over my hand now.
Okay.
It must be pretty old for the gold leaf to flake off that easily.
Got a minute?
Why didn't you say so earlier? My hands are all sticky now. I had to wash them later. You act between a stoic, cold-staring woman to a complaining sun deer. Or tsundere, as they say. Fucking tsunderes. Fuck all y'all weebs. Maki scolded me, then stood in front of Kaede's effigy. I don't get this bullshit that I'm getting right now.
Hey.
I'm gonna put the katana back where we found it. If it's too hard to watch, look away.
Okay.
Ah, thank you. I averted my gaze, and Maki stabbed the katana back into the wax effigy.
By the way,
Why was the weapon stabbed into the wax effigy? A hanging wax effigy, no less. Was it part of the ritual, or was the culprit trying to hide the murder weapon? Perhaps they had no intention of hiding it. They didn't even wipe off the blood. Perhaps, I'm certain there are better ways to hide the murder weapon than
what are you
this.
talking about?
Then what's the reason for this?
That's.
I honestly have no idea.
Well,
We should investigate where this weapon came from. We might find a clue there. The Ultimate Anthropologist Lab? Yes, let's do that. I want to make sure the katana indeed came from that room. Gold leaf katana. It may take a bit for your characters to figure out in the end, but, you know. Being this rope and all. And I can't speak to Gonta. Maybe I can check all of these. RPGs are... Yeah. Yeah, this is also for me. Is there something up here? There's nothing up here. Alright, well now it's time to check in with what Maki said. Was mentioned.
hey.
I just wanted to confirm something. When we got to this lab, you sure that the front door was locked? Yes, I'm positive. I grabbed the knob and tried to turn it. It really is locked.
I knew it.
Oh, fuck, dude. The front entrance was locked until Kokichi picked the lock to open it. Let me check how the tournament's going. Oh, Jason and Sparkle are fighting. I have no clue who they are. Main stage is going on right now. Kokichi pulled up some thin needles and stuck them into the keyhole of the lock. Click, click, click. There! Open sesame!
Hmm.
So he picked the cylinder lock open.
Hey.
Don't you think anyone else could have opened the lock besides him?
True.
It would have been impossible from the outside. The monocups took the key. Okay!
Okay, here it is, but there's only one key, so don't lose it.
It'd be bad if you lost it. You wouldn't be able to lock the door or open it from the outside. Let me see that key. One of them swiped the key from Monophy and lifted it into his mouth. Nom.
He ate it.
Then
So Kokishi's the only one who could have opened or closed the door from the outside, right? Correct. Only Kokishi would have been able to open and close the door from the outside. But someone inside could have opened and closed it as they pleased. So the front door was locked from the inside the room?
No.
Not necessarily. I'm just thinking of possibilities. But in that case, the question becomes how the person who locked the doors got out. How the culprit got out of the classroom after locking the doors. Art Lab's front door. Still, it's strange that the front door and locked door or back door have different locks. The front door that we came in from has a cylinder lock. And the rear door over there has a sliding lock. But by the time we discovered the body, both doors were locked.
is this?
In other words, this is what you might call a locked room mystery, right? Locked, huh? Yes. The cylinder lock's key was taken by the monocups, so both doors could only be locked from the inside. But only if you rule out Kokishi's lockpicking, right? He could have picked the cylinder lock on the front door to go in and out of the lab. So he could have created this locked room mystery. It's possible that he locked the door from the outside by picking it after he killed Angie.
I remember correctly.
That's true. Also, he appeared at an oddly convenient time when he tried to enter the lab ourselves.
I knew it.
He's clearly suspicious. It is suspicious, but that solution seems a little too convenient. Kokishi's lockpicking is. So now it's time to ask the lovelies.
This busty, brainy, beauteous Venus has this all figured out.
Huh? You mean you know who the culprit is?
Huh? The culprit? Fuck that.
Hey,
Shuichi, do we really have time to be listening to her?
Hey, wait. God damn it. Are you just gonna ignore my genius idea? Come on, just listen to me. Listen.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, if you're gonna twist my arm, then I'll tell you. You better thank me for this.
you know.
I know you are dumber than please, but do you get how weird these wax dolls are, right?
They are strange. Are they for the ritual or another purpose?
Well then.
But I just figured it out with all just one glance. These are
Could
diversions.
it be?
Diversions?
Listen up.
Yep, the culprit used wax dolls to distract us from something.
Got a minute?
What do you mean by that?
What?
Well, how should I know? Is that Sherlock Holmes' job?
I knew it.
You're a waste of time. Maki turned and walked away. I can't say I blame her.
What was that?
Huh?
The hell's her problem? She on the rag or something? So Angie made these wax dolls, huh? The resemblance is pretty uncanny. They say the devil's in the details, you know. Let's see how detailed these really are.
Hey! You tried to look up the wax figure's skirt. What are you doing? Stop that!
What? I just want to say this doll is wearing panties. Wait, you have a doll fetish? Are you excited that your dead girlfriend's a doll now?
Fucking
If you like
bitch.
Daxfall, you like wax dolls so much, then go fuck the doll already.
I'm starting to agree with Maki. Talking to me was a waste of time. Yeah, you are a waste of time.
I'm not sure if this is okay to say this or not, but could Tenko be the culprit?
Huh? Tenko?
It's not like I have proof or anything, but earlier I said Himiko say that Tenko was trying to betray the student council.
No.
So you suspect Tenko?
Actually.
Because as a member of the student council, she would have been allowed to this lab.
Oh yeah.
That's right. So Angie did allow members of the student council to enter her lab.
Yeah! Angie was so weird. On the ritual by herself since yesterday. She said she would only like the door if she heard the student council member's voice.
That's true.
That would certainly point to Tenko. She did betray the student council after all.
No.
It's not that I want to suspect Tenko, but I'm gonna suspect Tenko. It just makes sense. But since only the student council members would have been let in here,
So Angie only let in the student council members. That would be Gonza, Kipo, Himiko, Tenko, and Samugi. Of that group, Tenko is certainly the most suspicious. Samugi's account has been added to the truth. A murder at nighttime is strange, impossible even.
Why?
Why do you think that? Cause student council made rule that we know can't be outside during nighttime. Everyone should have been asleep. No way murder could have happened at nighttime.
Ew.
Do you really think everyone would go along with that rule? But if a tool is rule, Angie says she punished us if we not follow his rules.
But
But the student council wasn't included in that, right? Correct? They could do what they wanted. Angie was also working here at night. Huh? She was?
But
No way. Student council would never break own rules. They should have been asleep in own rooms to set good example to others. Maybe Angie got attacked while she was asleep in her room and get brought here.
idiot.
If so, Gonzo could have saved her if only Gonzo knew. But Gonzo was sleeping. Sorry, Angie. Gonzo no could save you. I find it here to believe that no one went outside in spite of the student council rule. Alright. Anything else? Because we're clearly not done here, so let's check the doors. The door is the lab's back door. It's a sliding lock and is still locked. No one has used this door since we got here. So that means that Angie locked this door, and it's been locked the entire time. There's also something golden shining on the knob of the sliding lock. That is interesting. In addition to that, opening and closing the lock is exceptionally easy. So, if this thing has gold leaf on that, and for what that seems to be gold leaf and it's how it's sticky, could the culprit have used this contraption, considering the rope, the Kaede wax doll figure, and the sword, to possibly get the sliding lock when they left? Yo. Genius. The lock slides at the slightest touch. That may be an important clue as well. What about this door? It's unlocked, but there's still things to investigate here. Okay, what is the dealio next? Since I talked to all these people, including Maki, but what else to speak to?
By the way,
Search at the front door and back door has the locks. Front door that we came in from has a cylinder lock, and the back door has a sliding lock.
that's right.
By the time we discovered the body, both doors were locked. In other words, this is what we like call a lock. Yes, on a normal synchronized, you won't be able to unlock.
That's true. I knew.
Think we gotta go back to Angie's body to check everything. Oh, pool of blood. That's right. A small pool of blood is emanating from Angie's torso. This can't be from her forehead. This blood has to be from the back of her neck.
Is
This blood is dry. It must have spent a few hours before Angie was killed, maybe more. That fits the 2 AM time of death listed in the monochrome file. Angie's body appears to be exactly as described in the monochrome file. There are several clues that have caught my attention, but I can't draw any conclusions yet. If we think about all the evidence in combination, that might tell us something. Let's continue the investigation for now. Maki, what's wrong?
What?
Ah! Okay. The only time you're reliable is when you're investigating a crime scene. Is that supposed to be a compliment?
My guide knows.
Who knows? You're certainly more reliable than Kaito is. That guy is useless. Anyway, let's continue. I think we've finished investigating everything for now.
Got a minute?
Is this really the time to rest? I don't think we've found enough clues yet. We don't know how much time we have left to investigate, so we need to hurry up.
Right.
You're right. First, we should investigate the ultimate anthropologist's lab. We may find a clue related to the katana.
That's true.
We need to check if the katana really did come from that place.
Hmm.
Is something wrong,
By
Maki?
the way,
It just occurred to me. Why am I acting like your partner?
sure, whatever.
Well, it's fine. Just don't get used to it. It's not as if I asked you, but it's fine by me. It's true that Maki is a tremendous help to me. But considering you're being a long, fat, stupidest bitch. Anyways, we're gonna go to the lab real quick, and then we're gonna continue on with the investigation. This is such a big room. If I remember correctly, the gold leaf katana is from... Ooh, they took out the caged dogs. It's just a sheath! Earlier, the katana was inside the sheath.
Okay.
Maki, the gold leaf katana definitely came from here. I'm certain of
That's
it.
true.
Doesn't that make Kyo suspicious? This is his research lab after all.
No.
Not necessarily. Anyone could have come in here and taken it.
That's true.
Fair enough. Anyone could have done the same with my lab too. Gold leaf katana's been to the triplet section. Ah!
Oh?
Oh? What are you guys doing here?
Ew.
What are you doing here? Shouldn't you be helping with these seance? You look so disgusted right now. Then again, I guess that is your signature look.
Anyway,
I forgot to bring something we need for the seance, so I came back to get it. Something for the seance? Yeah, that white sheet over there. Ah, we brought the wooden dog statue in the cage already, but I guess we need that statue too.
What is it?
I don't get it. Why do you guys need a cage, a wooden dog statue, and a white sheet? Hey, don't ask me. I don't know why we need that stuff either.
so that means...
That's why I figured I'd do a little research on the seance before I got the sheet. Study? So let's see. Kokichi took a look around and I heard it was like some old handmade book, The Caged Child. Oh, is this it? Yup, it says The Caged Dog Village right here on the cover, so this must be it. Let's see, what does it say about the Caged Child seance? Kokichi flipped through the old book he picked up. Oh, is this the page? It's hard to read, but I can see the Caged Child is mentioned here. But, yeah! Kyo's drawing the same magic circle as the one in this picture. Okay, let's see. In order to perform the Caged Child, you need 5 people, including the spirit medium, in a dark place with no light!
If I remember correctly...
Just like Kyo said. First, draw the magic circle, passed down from the Caged Dog Village, on the ground. In the center of the circle, the spirit medium must kneel, curled like a turtle, and rest their forehead on a stone on the ground. Afterward, the 4 other participants must put the iron cage over the spirit medium and cover it with a white sheet. And finally, the dog god must be placed on top of the cage. Also, it says we can't step on the magic circle during the preparations. The dog god? Do you mean the wooden dog statue? When preparations are complete, turn out all the lights to create complete darkness. The seance will begin when the 4 participants are each standing at the corner of the room. The 4 participants, not including the spirit medium, will sing the Caged Child's song. After the song asks, "Is the Caged Child?" then say the name of the spirit. The spirit medium will apply in the voice of the summoned spirit, and that's all it says. That sounds complicated.
But...
Complicated plans have a better chance of working out in the end, wouldn't you say? Whether it works or not, Kyo's been wanting to conduct this seance for a while. Since I was fortunate enough to obtain one of those copies, I have already memorized it. But I never thought I'd be able to lay eyes on the real one. What a trick of fate! Humanity!
Right?
Oh yeah, he said he memorized every word of it too. That's probably why he left the book here, because he conducted the seance without it.
But...
Is it even possible? Contacting Angie's ghost? If you're so curious, why don't you join us, Shuichi? Huh?
Well,
You should see how it plays out with your own eyes.
See?
There's still time, you know! The seance hasn't even started yet.
That's true.
Maybe it's better if you join them. You think so?
Don't understand.
Well, I'm not going. I don't believe in seances. But whether you believe it or not, as a detective, you should be there to observe what happens. As a detective, huh? Yeah, I think you're right. Now you're talking.
All right.
Well, I'll be waiting for you. Of the 3 empty rooms, we're in the middle one. Kokishi spoke as though he was inviting me to go play, then left the room. The cage tile has been added to the true section of your monopad. Well, with that, I will see you all next time on Danganronpa PD Killing Harmony. We're going to continue the investigation and see the seance and see what's next left of this chapter. Thank you all so much for coming by. Peace, peeps.